Today I'm going to be showing you the process behind cleaning the screens, reclaiming them, and getting basically all this junk off the screen and then ready to be prepped for another design. We've got about 15 screens we got to clean today, so I'm going to be doing a time-lapse video of all that. So just, you know, get your coffee ready, do your thing, do some homework, study, write notes, do what you got to do, and just play this in the background or something. So here we go. All right, guys, so what I'm doing here is I'm spraying a special chemical that removes the ink, and then I'm just getting like a random shirt rag that I don't use, and that's what's taking off the ink. I clean both sides, and I'm just going down, tearing off the tape on both sides from the registration marks. And again, I'm spraying, wiping it down, getting all that ink off. And then these screens can actually be used later on if the customer decides to reorder. So now we're gonna move on to the next part. Once all the screens are done being cleaned and the ink is out of there, we're gonna go ahead and basically prep it with an emulsion breakdown chemical, which is gonna take away all that green coating. And then we're gonna power wash it and degrease it, which is pretty much a fancy way of saying prepping the surface for putting more emulsion on it when it's time to coat the screens. Anyway, let's do it. So what I'm doing here, you can kind of tell my dog is acting crazy. She loves the water, she loves a pressure washer. But what I'm doing here is in that little container, that little jug, I've got the emulsion chemical that basically strips away the green stencil off the screen. So I spray that, let it soak in for a couple of seconds, and then I scrub it down with the scrub pad. Once that's scrubbed down, I go ahead and power wash it. What do you see me doing here in that last step was spraying it with the degreaser, which is basically, you know, like I said, a fancy way of getting the surface prepped for the next round of coating with emulsion. So once all that's done, all this is cleaned and ready to go, we can then go back and recoat the screen with a new layer of emulsion on both sides. So as you can see, that's what I'm doing. I'm scrubbing it down with the degreaser, and then my dog starts jumping and digging dirt everywhere, and I gotta power wash it away. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of funny. Her name's Athena. She's really awesome. 2 years old, crazy dog, lots of high energy. But you know, sometimes she comes to work with me and we make it happen. So I hope you guys just enjoy the rest of this time lapse, and I will be back on in a second. So once we're done cleaning the screens and getting them prepped and degreased and ready to go, I gotta wait for them to dry. And what I'm doing now is I'm getting ready to put a layer of emulsion on both sides of the screen. Okay, so right now you see me going, I don't know what I'm talking about there, but I go nice and slow, nice and steady, and I'm getting a nice even layer of emulsion on that screen. Then I put it in that drying rack so they can dry. They typically take about, you know, anywhere from 6 hours to dry to a full day to be really, really safe. And then I just go down the line, do all 12 of my screens, and then basically wait for them to dry, and then we're ready to print. And I'll go ahead and make a separate video on like the process of actually burning the design or logo onto the screen to be printed. The reason I made this video was to kind of showcase part of the process of what we do as screen printers. Everybody has their own process. Everyone does it different. And I just wanted to showcase our process and how we get it done. And also, it's not as easy as people think it is. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. And I only showed you one fraction of the process. There's still a bunch of other stuff that goes on behind it in order to print a shirt. And I really wanted to just take the time to show you guys that it's not just a simple, hey, get the artwork and print it. It's not like that. There's a lot of stuff that we got to do in order to get the product that you're looking for and do it the right way. So again, thank you so much for joining me and sticking it out through this video. I really appreciate it. You can expect more from us pretty soon. We're going to be working on more, like educational videos, more fire content, and more heat. And I hope you guys stay phenomenal because I know I am. If you're not phenomenal, you better get phenomenal. Take it easy.